Should I play on it? Why not? Now, how did it go? Oh, that's right. I've heard that melody somewhere before. I played it quite well.
Very well. I like the MIDI sound of it.
I have the sheet music for that. Huh? What's this? There's something here in between the sheets.
Tifa, what has happened to our village?
How's the normal person supposed to figure that out? Polly, the way they did it is it's called Buying the Strategy Guide. Only additional $29.99. And you can get all the secrets that you could never figure out. Buy now.
I'm sorry, everyone. I don't know what else to say.
It's okay, Cloud. All you've been doing lately is apologizing.
I never was in Soldier. The events from 5 years ago, all that stuff about Soldier, it was just an illusion that I created. By the time I left my village, I'd boasted to everyone about becoming a hero. But in the end, I wasn't good enough to make it.
And he created those illusions, that false narrative, because of the Mako poisoning that he suffered for 5 years during the Hojo experimentation of his Genova project thing he was doing.
I was so ashamed and weak. Then I heard my best friend Zach talking about himself. I mixed his life with my own and created a fantasy.
I actually liked Tifa on my first playthrough, needed a couple of reruns to start noticing things. Yeah, like, you notice that she's not perfect, that she makes terrible mistakes. And I think that's kind of like the whole point of her characters, of many of these characters. They all have imperfections, right? No one's perfect. People make mistakes. I mean, look at Vincent over there. He's dead. He made the ultimate mistake. His life.
I've been trapped in it until now.
An illusion sure had me fooled.
Physically, I'm very similar to a soldier. Hojo's Sephiroth copies are nothing special. The process that was used to create them is almost identical to the ones that were used to create soldiers. The only difference was that the subjects involved were weak-willed.
This right here proves that Sephiroth copies are not created, right? How does a copy of Sephiroth? They infused, okay, Antagonist is saying that Sephiroth clones had Genova cells infused with them. No one can really say for sure, right? It's a little bit muddled, right? We don't know for sure. But it sounds like what this is saying, nothing here is saying clone. It's just saying copy. So basically, what is being said here, what Cloud is saying here, is that the Sephiroth copies are created the same way the soldiers are created. Almost identical. I guess the difference here is Genova cells, right? The Genova cells are infused. That's what Antagonist, that's what you said. They're infused also. If Genova cells are infused into you, does that make you Genova? I don't think so. But it's weird, right? Because Genova is a virus. Genova infects you. Genova will make you into one of her. It's deep. It is very deep. And it also lacks context, for sure. But I was mistaken about how Sephiroth clones were created. I thought Sephiroth clones or Sephiroth copies were created from scratch, like out of test tubes, but that's not the case. They were just people that were weak-minded, weak-willed, and they were experimented exactly the same way they experiment on soldiers. Right? Soldier first class, second class, third class, right? They were experimented the same way with the addition of Genova cells being injected into them. That's why all these Sephiroth copies, which are just people infected with Genova cells, that's why they're all talking about the reunion. Reunion, we must go to the reunion because Genova, aka Sephiroth as well, right? Sephiroth took over Genova. That's what happened. Sephiroth took over Genova. All these people, all these Sephiroth copies that have Genova cells in them, they want to reunite with Genova again. But what's happening is they're reuniting with Sephiroth because again, Sephiroth took over Genova's will. Is that correct? Cloud and Tifa think that this is a real Cloud, but Tifa never knew real Cloud to begin with. She found him in Midgar and tried to look after him. You're right. Tifa didn't know the real Cloud. You're right. She just, they lived in the same town and they were neighbors. And at the very end, when they made the promise on the water tower, when they talked in the water tower, that's when she started developing feelings for Cloud. But she never knew Cloud. Like, she never knew what Cloud's favorite color is. She never went into Cloud's house and took his underwear. She never, you know what I'm saying. And Cloud, even if he knew he was what he was, would he retain the knowledge after so much literal brainwashing? Well, Cloud's definitely a little bit special. He recovered from Mako poisoning twice. The first one when Hojo experimented on his ass, he ended up recovering, even though the things he recovered was completely wrong. He recovered the identity. He took on the identity of Zack. He was really messed up in the head. And then again he suffers Mako poisoning. When Sephiroth basically used the black materia to summon Meteor and all the weapons came out, he suffered Mako poisoning again, and then he recovered. So Cloud is definitely special. Is the voice mod for the whole game or just some parts? The whole game. Everyone is voice acted. Every NPC is voice acted. Everything. Even the tutorial has Patrick Stewart, Professor Xavier himself, voice acting. Sound alike. Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's just that, yeah, it's just the Sephiroth copies are not created from scratch. They were people that were weak-willed, and then they were infused Genova cells into them. All because Hojo had some theory about this, that Genova wanted to, like, the Genova cells want to, like, reunite. It was all a stupid experimentation from Hojo. Everything that's everything in this game is because of Hojo's fault. He is the true villain. Majin said so himself. He said that. Hojo is the true villain, and I believe him. Hojo is the complete antagonist of this game. He is the antagonist. Not Sephiroth. He's just the byproduct of Hojo. Aerith is the way she was because Hojo killed her mom, basically. Hojo did everything. He is the real villain. It's all because of Hojo. He did all of this. He's Sephiroth's dad.
Snake here. Thanks for the follow.
Ice Tears, thanks for the follow.
You see, those who are a good prospect for Soldier aren't just bathed in Mako.
Go on, Cloud.
Their bodies are actually injected with Genova cells.
Unless this dialogue is wrong, soldiers are injected with Genova cells. Which means that only the weak-willed become possessed and want to reunite with Genova. Okay?
For better or worse, only the strong-willed are chosen.
Yeah, Shinra funded Hojo, basically.
It has nothing to do with Genova's reunion either. It's just that if the process is used on someone who's weak-willed, like me, they lose themselves. A man born from Genova's cells, Sephiroth's will, and his own weaknesses. That's the Cloud that you all knew.
The real Cloud's a perverted bastard.
I was merely an inhabitant of my own illusionary world. But I don't need illusions anymore. It's time to stop living a lie and start being myself.
You mean the little stubborn, rebellious Cloud, right?
Some change that is.
Cloud, what are your plans? I hope you're not thinking of leaving.
I'm the reason Meteor is hurtling towards us. If there's anything I could do to change that, I'll do it.
Yeah. So you're gonna carry on fighting for the planet? Lapdog?
Though I might need to be put on a tight leash.
Cause it's your skinny ass and he's watching.
What? I don't get it.
Don't worry, Nanaki, we're all kind of the same way. Don't worry. It was Genesis, damn it, and the freaking loveless dumb apples. My God!
There ain't no getting off of this train we're on.
Well, that's that. And this Cloud was completely talking bullshit there and making stuff up on the spot. Sephiroth clones are not actually clones. They're people that were experimented on with the Soldier project, right? That's it. They were just weak-minded, weak-willed, so they just lost control of themselves, and they just want to reunite with Genova. While people that were strong-minded and strong-willed, they would overcome that, and they would be super soldiers in control of themselves. But there was this other asshole scientist named Hollander that tried doing his Genova first, Soldier project thing, and he's the asshole that created Genesis and then Geo. And we all know how that goes. My God. Cloud is completely naked.
Cloud, I was deeply moved by your story.
Seth could control anyone with Genova cells. That's how he made Cloud to hand black materia to the temple. Yeah. Sephiroth could control anyone who was weak-minded that had Genova cells in them. So he could control everyone, all the Sephiroth. That's what's confusing, is that you when you hear Sephiroth clones or Sephiroth copies, you instantly think that they were created from scratch, but that's not the case. They were just soldiers. Sorry, there were people with weak minds, weak wills, that were given the soldier treatment And since they were weak-willed and weak-minded, they had to obey Genova. But since Sephiroth took over Genova, they were obeying Sephiroth. So Sephiroth could control them. Sephiroth was controlling Genova, and he started doing that process by taking her head. That was his process of eventually taking over Genova. That's why he took the head. He took over Genova's will, for the most part. So Genova is a puppet of Sephiroth now.
I'm kind of weak myself, so I know how you feel. No one knows when the fighting will begin, so let's get ready.
Who's the team? I think I can still get an extra scene with Tifa. I need Tifa in my party. There's the sexy sex scene, right? Yeah, Nibelheim, Tifa. I'm thinking Sid. He's very powerful. The ultimate penetrator. Man, it sucks that you can't use them all. Ah!
Listen here, Cloud. We're in the middle of a huge materia mission. Excuse me. I don't want to rush you or anything, but there's still the undersea macro reactor in Junon.
Oh no. Oh.
As far as I know, that's the only one left.
No, that one's sucky.
How about we head out there?
Junon is main story progression. We gotta make a side trip to Nibelheim though. Oh shit.
Do you want to leave?
No.
Let me talk to everyone first.
Cloud, let's do our best, okay?
Come on, Cloud. This ain't no time to mess around. Move it. Go. To Judah.
I'm in trouble. I'm in trouble. I'm in trouble.
Whoa.
So sorry, I'm performing a very delicate maneuver.
That guy, we're all dead.
Sorry if that was a wee bit sudden, but we need to get to Junon fast.
Hold on, side tour. I gotta slot ourselves up.
It's good to have you back with us.
To escape from a fantasy world. Huh. Which world is preferable, I wonder?
The final fantasy.
Now that I've been one, I know how tough it is playing leader. Like who has what material. I end up forgetting that stuff instantly.
Man, I'm old.
Do you want to leave?
Go!
You know what would solve that even more? Loadouts. Material loadouts, dude. Please let there be material loadouts in Final Fantasy Rebirth. Remake Part 2, please. Let there be loadouts. We're gonna make a detour to Nibelheim first. forgot how to fly the thing. I need who has the thing? Vincent? I basically need to swap materia. There it is. Okay. I need the Eden coat though. I can't exchange the actual weapon, can I? Or the armor? Or can I? Can I? The answer is no. You cannot. Okay, all the summons there. Japanese controls. Who has ribbon? I think Sid does, right? Take that off. Oh, this is Nibelheim. Everyone gone? There's also an extra scene in the mansion, right? Underground.
Should I play on it? Why not? Now, how did it go? Oh, that's right. I've heard that melody somewhere before. I played it quite well.
Very well. I like the MIDI sound of it.
I have the sheet music for that. Huh? What's this? There's something here in between the sheets.
Tifa, what has happened to our village? Was it all an illusion or just a dream? No, it was neither. I remember clearly. I tried to save those still free of the flames, but I couldn't muster the strength. Burning with rage, I headed to the Mako reactor to kill Sephiroth. He was nowhere to be found. In his place, I found you, Tifa, collapsed inside. I felt saving you was far more important than going after Sephiroth.
This is the only way you figure out how Tifa survived the Nibelheim incident. Her sensei saved her. Her master. Yeah. This is a hidden scene or a hidden information that you can only discover if you play Tifa's theme pretty much on the piano.
Inside the reactor, there were others still breathing, but I was only able to save you. As I was coming out of the reactor, Shinra troops were just arriving. I recall that the one giving orders was a scientist named Hojo. He ordered the soldiers to round up all those who had survived for the experiments.
The same thing happens in Calm, the town Calm, and the town Nibelheim. Anyone who survived the incident, like the incident that happened, like the destruction of the village or the towns, They were all taken. They were all rounded up. And they were experimented on until death, pretty much. How's the number part supposed to figure that out? Polly, the way they did it is it's called Buying the Strategy Guide. Only additional $29.99. And you can get all the secrets that you could never figure out. Buy now. Yep, official guides. That's how you figure it out. Or if you were into like gaming magazines, like Tips and Tricks back in the day, right? PlayStation magazine. This is a paid stream? No, it is not. It's not a paid stream. I'm a very professional, non-professional streamer, to be in fact. I'm really good at being a professional at a non-professional. Nah, I wouldn't really, man, if it ever came to the point to where I could sponsor stuff, I don't know if I would. I would have to really love it. Because I like to just give you how I feel. And every time you sponsor, you are basically restricting yourself from telling the truth. You always have to say good stuff about the product, game, or whatever, right? Nothing against anybody who does sponsors, though. People can sponsor all they want.
Snake here. Thanks for the follow.
They can follow Polycoop. Appreciate it. Anyways.
I have no idea what kind of experiments he had in mind, but I wasn't about to hand over my dearest student. I carried you on my shoulders, down the mountain and out of the village.
When you're honest, you don't need to remember what you say. Mark Twain.
Along the way, I used the cure spell on you many times. I then departed from Midgard to find you a doctor who could treat you.
This is how Tifa eventually made her way to Midgard.
I don't like that city at all, but my magic wasn't helping. I left you in Midgard with a doctor I could trust, and set off again on my travels. I was worried about you, but I'm not the kind of person who stays in one place for too long. Have you fully recovered? Are you feeling better? How many years have passed since then, I wonder? I've returned to the village, but what I see here shocks me. The whole place is back to normal, except for some odd-looking people in black cloaks loitering around.
So this was pretty recently. He recently came back to Nibelheim, Tifa's master, and he saw all the Sephiroth copies, clones. Again, they're not clones. They're just people that went through the Soldier, experimentation, weak-minded people. And so, we talked about it. So he left a letter for Tifa, and he left it in the piano. So that maybe she could eventually find it. Maybe, for the off chance.
The village reeks of Shinra, but I don't intend to go after them. You may think that I'm running away, but the truth is, I'm tired of being caught up in their silly little affairs.
He aged. He's pretty old. I mean, when you see him in the Nibelheim incident, he was, he's old. And then, 5 years later?
Well, Tifa, I will have to leave now before whoever lives here gets back. I don't have much time. I feel sure that you'll find this letter, and with that certainty, I have hidden a gift here for you. I think it would come in handy.
It's very powerful, especially against living things.
Although I would very much like to give it to you in person, having one of my students see me all frail and weak is too much to bear. I can't even jump anymore.
What if Zangun is Cloud's real father? Can you imagine?
I I pray that you will continue to refine the techniques I have taught you. Take care, my most beloved student, Zangen.
Final heaven. Oh, that fly died. That fly didn't stand a chance. I'm starting to notice that every time you get their final limit break, it's basically like the conclusion of their like story, you know? Tears her ACL. Jesus. It could happen. That's why it's important to warm up. I have Red 13s or Nanakis and Yufis. All creation, I think. Power source. Let's go with the cloud. Final heaven. Learns limit break skill. Final heaven. Don't really care. Not me. It was someone else. So that's it. And there it is. Catastrophe. Set. Yes. Never seen this? It's pretty cool. I'll have to try to get it. Let's see if I can get the full combo. All right, see this other scene that's down here. I was about to say, there's no more monsters in here? Nope, they're still here. I didn't mean to do that, that was a mistake.
Adios, buddy.
If I can get Sid's level 4, his is insane. It's a lot of damage. I gotta have Sid start killing all the enemies from this point forward. Luck plus level up. I'm guessing in the experimentation room.
Rest up now.
I'll manage it.
Suplex is still the best. Yeah, that one's crazy. I like suplex. Are there like meta characters for this games? I know you can kind of main who you want for the most part. I am the wrong person to ask about that. Polly, I'm not sure. I'm sure there is. Characters no setup, yeah. Yeah, I think the meta is more of the materia, right? The materia setup. How you do this is what the meta is. The character themselves, not really. And I am definitely not, I definitely don't know. I'm just kind of going off of what it just works for me. Just have fun with it. Unless you're trying to like speedrun it or do something like that. Oh, wow.
There you go. Food.
It's called air. Have some air. You would have to manually feed them? That's the guy from Crisis Core. Oh, I get it. Okay. Wow, this is an important scene, dude.
Hey! Put this on. It smells a little, but it'll have to do. Hey, you look pretty good in it.
What was that, Zach? You slapped his ass cheeks?
Right.
Oh, okay. My brother did get this scene. I remember this scene slightly from when he played it.
Hey! Old man, we at Midgar yet?
Back in 1998, I think, or 97.
Shut up! You're lucky I even gave you a ride.
It's Cloud suffering from the Mako poisoning.
What are you gonna do once we get to Midgar? I've got an idea. I can pull a few favors. Oh wait, those girls still live with their parents.
What? Zach! Man, he really liked, he was a playboy, wasn't he? You did see that in Crisis Core. He was always hitting on Cisne, or aka Shuriken from the Turks. Always asking out to dinner.
Guess that's out.
To the beach, to the ghost of the soul.
Yep, change of plan. No matter what I do, I'll be needing some money first. Maybe I should start a business. Hey, Cloud. Think there's anything I'd be good at?
Styling hair?
Hey, old man. What do you think?
What are you yapping about? You're still young, ain't you? You youngins should try everything. You gotta confront challenges at your age. Go out and find your own path.
Try everything?
Is that all you got? That's right. I'm a lot smarter and more skilled than any other guys, aren't I? That settles it. I will try everything. I'm gonna be a jack of all trades.
Doesn't Cloud say something similar? Jack of all trades? I might be misremembering.
Yeah.
Hey, did you hear
Thanks,
a
Pop.
word I said?
Yeah, a jack of all trades. Boring stuff, dangerous stuff. As long as I get paid, I'll do it. I'm gonna be rich. So, Cloud, what about you?
When Aerith asks him, that's what he says.
Wait, you got it all wrong.
Just kidding. I wouldn't leave you hanging like that. We're friends, right? Jacks of all trades, Cloud. That's what we'll be. Understand, Cloud?
Completely missable cutscene, by the way. Like mini cutscenes in this game. Killed a couple.
Hey, what about this one?
It wasn't as like dramatic in this one. It was just more like you were ambushed, you were shot, and then you were finished on the ground.
Forget it. Just leave him.
Yeah, he just got whacked. I think he would have been fine if it weren't for the fact that Cloud was like in that state. He probably would have made it. A mere patrol too. In Crisis Core and even before Crisis, was it before Crisis? Yeah, even in before Crisis, the Turks were trying to save Cloud, or yeah, Zack and Cloud. The Turks were trying to save them, but they didn't make it in time. They were searching for them. This is that same cliff on Advent Children where Cloud leaves the sword. Look how close they were. They were right there. It's crazy how missable that cutscene is.
Someone has scratched a message on the inside of the capsule.
Feeding time. That's our chance.
Specimen A, Code Z.
Someone has scratched a...
Feeding time. That's our chance.
Crisis Core changes some of the things. Like the same stuff happens, but the way they're shown off is the lead up to it, or the reason why it happens, is slightly changed. Project C project specimen B code C.
Someone has scratched a message on the inside of the capsule.
Let's get out of here.
How's clouds? Let's get out of here. Kind of sad. Yeah. The whole story is kind of sad. All because of Hojo and Shinra. B's current whereabouts are unknown. That's Cloud. Due to Cloud's advanced state of cognitive impairment, it is our opinion that he poses no threat and can be ignored, awaiting further orders. I tried reading this report over here, but I couldn't get back there. See, this is where they were trying to do the no effect from Mako or Genova detected. From Zach. Regular, that's Cloud. Big reaction to Genova detected. Genova cells in Cloud's body really affected him, while in Zach's body it did not. Yeah, Zach's life kind of ended in tragedy. I mean, Zach was more of like wrong time, wrong place. He just happened to be with Sephiroth when all of that went down. It was just bad luck. This thing's pretty buff, huh? It takes forever. I went half of it. That's also the same place where Hojo experimented on all the remainder survivors from Nibelheim. Dang. Those curses suck, but now since we have ribbons and protection, it's no problem. This guy has an enemy skill, right? Music's so good, yeah. Yeah, the voice mod also changes the music as well. They did their own like remakes of the music, but I went ahead and just turned that off because I wanted to hear the original. I think the original it's just, they're good, you know. Nobuo Uematsu himself. All the old PS1, PS2 FF games had excellent music. Agreed. It's very hard to play a Final Fantasy game and be like, man, this music sucks, you know? God damn, look at that meteor. It's the end of the world and we know it's... No pressure. It's fine.